Thank you, Ben. I want to welcome you all to our August monthly meeting, still doing virtual. My name is John Mapp. I'm president of the Northwest Business Association. I got an awesome team. You see Ben Norman is our secretary. Our vice president is Keona Jones, and our treasurer is Tanace Watkins. Yeah, I'm from Atlanta, born and raised. My father's business was in Grove Park, right on the corner of Holly Street and Donnelly Hollowell. And I'll let Gail talk about my mother-in-law owns property along Donnelly Hollowell. So it's been a part of us for a long time. So excited to be a part of the business association. Main mission is the businesses, sustaining them, helping them to grow, promote them, give them opportunities. We do that by partnering with entities such as ACE, which is access to capital for entrepreneurs. We do that through Vest Atlanta, that not only have funding opportunities for our infrastructure, but as far as our business development. And Michael's a product of that, and we'll talk a little bit about that. We make it 1 hour. The agenda is simple. We do a light introduction, but we give the floor to the presenter, and then we do some questions and Q&A after that. The main thing is just to keep introducing to businesses those opportunities that you may not hear, or if you do, we could help put some meat on the bones and get better information. So again, we value your time. We appreciate you take time. Glad to know you checking us out. We have a survey online. Please take it. We keep it there to try to know what your needs are. Unless I missed something, Gail or Ben, is it any business as far as that I need some reminders or anything before we bring Michael on? I do want to get the persons who are online and to introduce yourself. John, good to see you. Just introduce yourself, tell me something about your business, and then we'll just pass it on till we get everybody.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is John Boyd. I'm the CEO of Recharge Refresh, and I try my best to attend these functions because they definitely help me out. The ATLINBusiness was very helpful, and I live in Grove Park, so just trying to stay abreast of what's going on, and I'm a community member, so I'm glad to be a part. And what Recharge Refresh is what we're establishing. Thank you, John. We're trying to establish upscale EV charging district in the Grove Park area, but in a convenience store format. With the convenience store drinks, coffee, Wi-Fi, but with public lounges, private lounges. And we're trying to target the public EV users and the commercial fleet users also. So that's what we're doing. So we're making a lot of strides. Keep us in prayer. And if we can help with anything, just let us know.
John, what if you had one thing, if that barrier was gone, you could take off? Because we're here as an association to see what's that one thing?
The funding.
Okay.
The funding is that's it. Because it's a large project and a lot of moving parts. So just getting everybody on the same page and focusing on to the vision. But the funding is the thing. So if it wasn't for that, we'd be breaking ground right now.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Ms. Furlow, you're gonna have to help me with your first name. That's why my parents kept John very simple.
Well, that was my dad's doing. So generally I go by Dolores because it's much simpler than Carnegie. So I am growing into Carnegie. I want to say good evening. I attended the last networking session that you all held in the library or the YMCA a couple of months ago, and it was very informative. I have operated as a consultant doing training and facilitations. The bulk of what I like to do is I do some etiquette training. I do some definitely soft skills training, skills that will be used in customer service, dressing for success. And so I've been doing it for years, but I've just not had a brick and mortar. One of the things that I'm really interested in is I would like to have something that is a business resource center where people can actually come in and have the products or have access to copiers, printers, computer stations, and then also have a place where we can conduct these classes and assist people with developing their soft skills or the skills they need to actually go out and seek jobs and just to enhance their quality of life. And so I'm participating or tuning in to what Northwest Business Association is doing, because there's certainly a need for the training in our quadrant. I am just not only the funding, but just actually formalizing. I need to formalize the services that I wish to offer to the community. So I'm at ground zero. So that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm here.
I really appreciate your honesty.
Yes, sir.
And kudos to Dad for he had a reason for the name. I'm curious, what was the history behind the name, especially with a dad leading the charge?
Well, actually, the closest thing that I can find to Carnegie is like Carnegie Hall and Dale Carnegie. So that's always been my point of reference. The Dolores is actually his sister's name. So I'm named after my aunt. So that's her given name. But yes, the Carnegie, the closest is Dale Carnegie. And I tell you, there's got to be some correlation there because talking is truly my forte. So the public speaking piece of it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Ms. Stevens, glad you could join us. I know you're driving. Just wanted to give you a chance to introduce yourself and the business. You're on mute.
Can you hear me now?
We got you.
Hi, everyone. I'm sorry for joining late. I'm Lanita Stevens. My daycare is a World of Knowledge Preschool and Academy, located in the Douglas and Washington cluster. Been there for 10 years now, since 2012, more or less, and just looking to get connected.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're gonna have to help me. Is it? There you go. You get ready to speak. Give it a shot. I didn't want to butcher it. Go ahead.
It's okay. Hey, hey everybody. My name is Yinka. Just pronounce it by syllable, Yinka.
Okay.
Yeah, I live in the area. I'm an investor. I work in IT. And in the past, I've had different small businesses and things like that. Currently, my main focus is on real estate, but I'm also here to listen in on a point that John brought up, which is funding, right? So whether you're funding real estate market rate or real estate affordable housing and things of that nature, funding is always an issue, especially for our community. So I'm here to listen in on the opportunities that Invest Atlanta and other organizations could potentially have, and also in the future, just network and just see what else is going on and what everybody else is doing. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Carolyn, can you let us know a little bit about you and introduce yourself?
Hello, how everybody doing? I'm Carolyn. My center is Revby Care Daycare Center on Hollywood Road. I've been in business for 27 years, taking care of children. I love it. I like it. I'm here to learn some stuff about website. So that's it about me.
Valeria, is she still connecting on? Okay. I wanted to take that time to set it up for our presenter. Whereas Mr. Michael not coming in with a bag full of money. But what he does have is what I'm finding is very important in business. And that is access through social media, through your web. Gail and I took that for granted, that it will develop itself, but it has to be developed. And that's where we find a lot of our customers go to first. They ask that first, is what our website and what's about. And I'm gonna let Gail introduce Michael, but he's a part of the Invest Atlanta. I call it business development to help your business get to grow. And Gail, take it from there.
Okay. This is Michael, and he is part of ATLINBusiness. So this is a program through Invest Atlanta where they are offering businesses services at no cost. So what at no cost translates to is free. So currently, Michael is working with our business, Level Construction Services, and he is basically redoing our entire website at no cost to us. And he is a professional, and he is doing a wonderful job. And it is just a joy. He is patient, he is kind. Because if any of you have ever tried to do a website, it is not an easy thing. And if you try to pay somebody to do a website, it's a very costly thing. Now, that is not the only thing he does, but that is what he's doing for us currently. And Invest Atlanta has an entire program with a lot of consultants that do all kinds of things that businesses need. And with no further ado, I'm gonna turn it over to Michael so he can tell you what he does.
Well, thank you very much, Gail and John, for that lovely introduction. It's a pleasure to be here with everyone this evening. It was great to hear a bit of background of your businesses and why you're here with this networking opportunity. But yes, as Gail and John mentioned, we are, so Revby, which is our company, we are a consultant and technical assistance provider for different municipal programs, and Invest Atlanta being one of them. ATLINBusiness is the website to go to, atlinbusiness.com. And we're just so pleased to be one of the providers that is available to help Atlanta, City of Atlanta-based small businesses. So we do help with website development, online presence, social media, all things digital, really. But we also kind of step in to evaluate where businesses might need some focus, kind of those next steps to get them maybe past a change that's needed. If they're early stage, what's going to get them really on the ground and get some traction for their markets, or maybe just troubleshoot an area. So we try to kind of move forward with a kind of a very agile approach to really listen to the business owner, kind of understand the emotions around things as well. Take some time to understand your customer bases as well. I think it's important to always have the mind of your customers and kind of solve for that, what they need, what the value that they're looking for the businesses that you have, and go through business strategy, marketing strategy, even looking at operations. We have a lot of fun doing that. I mean, I think the things that really motivates us is hearing the passion behind every business idea and what people are working on, if it's new or if it's longstanding, if you've been in business for decades. Just still hearing these stories, how you've engaged with customers and how you want to engage with customers. We always want to amplify that and use that to lead these efforts. We hear very often that things like the website development or thinking about Instagram or that CRM system or the POS system, these kind of what can seem to be kind of isolated tasks, they're not very motivating. It's not very inspiring. This is probably not why you got into business, to set up a POS system. So, we try to really make it in context of how it actually helps you do more interesting business and how it really works with either your efficiency or being able to just access more people, be able to provide more of the value you love providing. So that's kind of really how I characterize it and how our team approaches things. So, I'm happy to, even kind of just approach it as a conversation, Gail and John, if that's okay. Happy to take any questions. We, like I mentioned, we try to take some time to evaluate different options when it comes to technology or website development. And I appreciate the adjective of patience. So that means a lot to us because we do aim for that. We don't want to come forward of intimidating a lot of technical jargon. That's not going to be helpful for anyone really. Trying to really make it, I guess, contextual and relevant for what you're doing. But yeah, I'll kind of pause there. Happy to take any questions, go through it if there's a particular subject area, or even just share some stories of how we've helped businesses.
If Mike,
Mhm.
just to kick the can down the road,
Yeah.
is it if a person if they're starting from scratch, they need to develop one.
Mhm.
Walk us through that.
The process of evaluating, say, a first website. Is that right? Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah, so that's a great question because you probably start to do a little bit of online searching to see what are the options, and it's overwhelming. And understanding the implications of what your choices can be overwhelming as well. So first, we would like to evaluate, well, what is the purpose of the website? Because each business probably has a bit of a different purpose. For some businesses, it's for e-commerce transactions on the website. For other businesses, it's not that at all. It might be a way for people just to know that you exist. Maybe it's a way for people to see the events you do live in person. In other cases, the website might serve a purpose to just sort of support the narrative or the story that you are providing in person anyway. For others, it's that's where all the work is done. That's maybe the service is online. So it's a spectrum, right, of what the purpose is of the website. So first, kind of understand that. And then I think that then clarifies some of the appropriate options. Should it be a Shopify site or a WooCommerce site if you're selling clothing or products online? If not, maybe it should be, if you're a hair salon owner, then maybe going on with Vagaro or, another industry specific platform might be the right option. If you just need sort of like quote unquote a business card website, just something to show that your name is out there, maybe a simple Wix or Squarespace or GoDaddy website will be fine. If it needs to be more substantial and there's a lot of activity going on, maybe a WordPress website is more appropriate. So it's, I think it's helping to understand, what are the right options given our purpose, our need, and also our customers. What are the types of customers that are going to be coming to our website? All of those variables do influence, some of the right choices to consider. And then it's content, right? So designing content, the messaging. We take what we think is a bit of a unique approach to a website development project. In fact, this was very conscious. We observed that a lot of web developers are very technical, right? This is a technical team. They love to develop, they like to code, and they want to develop a website. But kind of speaking in general, and certainly, not to say that these agencies are negative or bad or anything, not at all. But I think that is a certain approach where you have to kind of get through that technical speak and that barrier. And there isn't an opportunity to really understand, well, what is the right message? What is the right content? What is the right imagery? Are we actually creating this with our audience in mind? Are we actually creating this with what we hope them to do in mind? So before we get, yes, Gail.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What I think would be good is, because I know we have 2 daycare owners on the line.
Yeah.
And I think one of them told me she doesn't have a website, and the other one said she wants to upgrade her website. So on a website where you are a daycare center, what kind of information, and Lanita and Carolyn, I know y'all in the car, but what kind of information should they want to put out, just being specific for them?
Yeah, so I guess the approach would be questions for the business owner. What is the distinction of your service? So if you think of that, there are multiple options for daycare business or similar business. What's the feel here? Is there a particular approach to education or a particular approach to play? Is there a particular segment of parents that you particularly cater to and have in mind when you design the experiences for the children? So these are the questions to kind of ask yourself and come up with some of these, this narrative. That's the source of genuine content that we would want to prioritize on a website.
Okay, and Valerie has a gift and dress shop. And I don't know, Valerie, if you can hear me or not, but she may have a customer right now because a lot of our people are still working.
Yeah.
But
I'm here.
But
I'm here.
did you say something about wanting to sell some of your clothes online?
Well, I would like to have a better face of what my business is. When somebody look for a gift shop, I believe I pop up in the system in this area. But as far as setting it up, having somebody to help me take photos, and I guess it's something that I could probably do myself, but it's a lot of different things that I'm lacking. And if I would try to go on the website to see how that would work as well, I don't know. I just been going on word of mouth, prayer, and more prayer. That's what it's been like for me. After being here for as many years, I have returned customer as well, but I would just like to stay booming all the time if I could.
Yeah, and I'll add that the whole activity of creating a website, your first website, and maintaining it, it's an ongoing process. It's ever evolving. So sometimes it's just putting that one page up, right? And having a few pictures taken, writing a little bit of text, and having a button for people to click to contact you. That's a really good start.
Okay.
Then you might find that you're able to share some examples of your work or examples of the product you sell. Even if you're not ready to sell online, you just want to show the products you have in your store. And it could be in steps. We remind people that it doesn't have to be like a full-fledged multi-page website right away. I think with a lot of things in business, you're iterating, you're kind of moving up as you go along. So, we find that there might be a barrier in getting your website live because there's this weight of, there's so many things to do. There's the photos, there's the text, there's all these different pages, getting my own picture taken. These little things, I think sometimes psychologically they delay us. We like to encourage, just get it out there. Let's go step by step. And then technology-wise, there are more web builders available that can really help you do that pretty easily. You don't have to know how to code. You don't have to know the website technology terminology. There are a lot of templates that are pre-made, and it's a matter of changing the colors, changing some text, removing or adding an element, and then it's done. But it's always good to, I think, get some help along the way, and that's the role that we at Revby, like to play. And the resources with Invest Atlanta, whether it's us or another provider, can help guide you through that process.
Okay. Price range.
Okay. Did anybody else have any specific thoughts about what they need for a website that you could talk to Michael about?
Services available.
Valerie, you might want to put it on mute. Thanks.
I wonder if anyone has an example of a website platform or website service that they've wondered about. We hear about questions about Shopify, we hear questions about Squarespace, we hear questions about WordPress. And then others will tell us, well, we don't know about any of those. And it's just wondering, well, where do we begin? I just wonder if anyone's had either of those experiences.
You did mention one other, what is it, GoDaddy's?
Mm-hmm.
So I've heard a lot about it. However, I've not ventured to go towards that page. I just wasn't sure what the requirements would be. And so if you can speak about GoDaddy's a little bit.
Absolutely. So GoDaddy is an interesting company because they play different roles in this space. So GoDaddy was originally known for their domain registrations. So if you had, let's say, levelconstruction.com, right? And you need to purchase that domain, you would go to a company like GoDaddy to buy that domain. Then they started to expand with other services. So they now host websites using different website technology. WordPress is a very common one. So if you build a WordPress website, you can host it on a GoDaddy service. Now, they got really smart and just realized, well, a lot of small businesses find WordPress to be way too complicated, and they need a really easy way to build a quick website, literally in one day. So they created their own web builder, and it's a GoDaddy branded web builder. That's a separate product from their other hosting products. And that's one where they walk you through the process. You're literally uploading an image, typing a text of a title, telling it what kind of design or theme you would like, and it just produces it for you. And you could feasibly launch a website in one day.
But Invest Atlanta is giving you a free consultant who
Yes.
can do a wonderful website for you. And in fact, Michael, can you bring up our website right now? Can you Ben, you can bring it up, can't you? Level.
Well, he has sharing rights if he wants to share.
Okay. If you bring that up, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna be transparent. I'm gonna let you guys see what our website looks like now. And currently, our website is about 20 years old. So it was time for something new. So what I want to do is kind of let you see what it looks like now. And then in the next month or so, when it is all finished, which is dependent on me and getting Michael information, then we can show you what our new website would look like.
Yeah, that's great. We're excited to have the new website launched very soon. But Gail, that's a great kind of addition there, because it's good to know about a simple web builder like the GoDaddy web builder. It lowers the barrier to entry there, but it's rather limiting, right? The other side of that, when it's really easy, it's limited function. You can't customize it very much at all. So having a professionally designed website is really the ideal, and finding a provider and something that we do for business owners, that usually is ideal.
Can you bring it up? Can you bring up my website, the Level website?
I can try doing it on my side.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see if I can share the screen. Yep, I can do that. Let's see. Okay, this is the blast from the past here. Some information about us, some services, projects, and contact us. So we're looking forward to an elevated version, bringing it back into the current century. To be announced very soon.
Go back to About Us. Go back to About Us. And I thought, can you click on our names where?
Yeah, right here.
So click right there. There's John.
That's nice.
Yes.
And then if you go back and click on my name.
Oh, wow.
See, that was 20 years ago.
Professional. That's a nice look. Nice look.
20 years
You
ago.
look younger now, Gail.
All right, Michael. See, I'm not paying you anyway, but I'll give you a tip. I'll give you a tip. But this is what our website looks like now. And when Michael finishes, because we've already started working on it, it is going to be wonderful.
Thanks,
Very
Mike.
excited for the launch. Very good. So I'll stop the share here.
Okay.
Oh, Gail, would you like me to show everyone the ATLINBusiness site? Would that be helpful?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll go back to the web browser. I had that page up. So let me just go back one page here. So ATLINBusiness. And from there, there's a lot of great resources. But if you click on Find a Consultant, you will see several providers, and we are on that page as well. In case you would like to learn a bit more about us, there's a link for our website directly and just some information on the kind of high-level categories of the work that we do.
Right. So business planning, marketing, and the social media, financial analysis and bookkeeping, website development, human resource, and leadership. So you can look, and Invest Atlanta has several consultants, but I personally have enjoyed working with Michael, and they have done a really good job for us. And what you can do is, if you go to one consultant and they're not quite saying what you want to hear or what you thought they were going to do or that sort of thing, you can unengage with them and engage with another one.
Mhm.
So, and also if you need more than one of these services, Michael might only be able to do the website for you, and the one next to him, what is that, Prospera?
Mhm.
It says access to capital, including micro lending.
Mhm.
So you can, after you finish your sessions with Revby and Michael, then you can close that out. Once he finishes your website, then you can go to another consultant and get something else done. So, I mean, it is limitless, and it is it's a wonderful program for small businesses because it's everything that we need and you don't have to pay for it.
Yep.
So, you know, it just saves you all the way around, and it helps you to grow and put your business out there for others to see and to know what you're doing. And then internally, it helps you to do things correctly, you know, like your accounting and your everything else, your IT, your marketing, your legal, all of that.
Mhm.
Okay, so we got a hand up.
So my question, to follow up with what you just stated, Ms. Mapp, about there's just money out there. The first question is, do you have to have your business registered, I guess with the City of Atlanta first to take advantage of these offerings? And then, so yeah, if we get that answered. And then secondly, you were saying there's monies for all sorts of things. Are there monies to actually, if you are going through the steps of applying for your business license, are there monies there for that?
For applying for your business license, I don't think there's money there for that, but a business license, when you are just opening up your business, it's just an estimate of how much business you think you might do. And that is what they base the fee on. So if you know, don't go in, and I didn't say this, I'll deny it. Don't go in saying you're gonna make $1 million
Right.
on your first year, because they do make it to where it coincides with how much money, you know, you make. So that's how your fee is. And yes, you have to have a business license with the City of Atlanta. And I think, is that the only requirement, Michael? We might have had to show our our driver's license. It was something very simple.
Yeah, there's a few pieces there. So the City of Atlanta business license, your business registration, that is a core requirement. They have a hardship affidavit form that they also ask business owners to sign, have notarized, just to indicate that there's a need. And also for just documentation purposes, they ask for the form 941 to show how many employees you have. And really, in most cases, businesses have just a few or maybe no employees. So that is really just fine. There's a form to have in lieu of the form 941 if you have 0 employees. And that is really just to make sure that, I believe that because of the source of funding, they need to make sure that there are less than, I don't know if it's like 200 employees or something like that. So that's usually no problem at all.
Ms. Gail, you could help me here. Is ACE limited to just same thing with the city of, or ACE?
No.
Okay.
I don't think you have to have a business license in the City of Atlanta, but ACE, and I heard 2 of you talking about funding. We've had access to capital for entrepreneurs on our call a couple of times. And ACE is a lender, and they usually step in after you've tried to go to the bank and do traditional lending. And they specialize in lending to women-owned businesses and small businesses. And ACE And we have on the, Ben, help me out, we have on our website where you can go back and listen to some of the meetings.
Presentation.
That's correct, yes.
So I can
So-
stop the share here now if you'd like.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so Ben, if you can kind of tell them how to look back at some of the past presentations we've had.
Yeah, I'm actually going to paste the link to our website in the chat. But if you go to nwbusinessassociation.com/videos, it'll be all of our archived meetings. And this meeting itself will be archived and up there if you want to go back and review it later or share with other business owners in the area.
Right, and so we had a couple where Ace, and I think maybe just one we got recorded because they might have been one of the very first ones we had last year. But they did a presentation for us, but we have worked with Ace. They have loaned us money. So again, it's not what I heard, it's what I know. Just like Michael, it's not what I heard, is what I know. So these businesses, definitely those two have been vetted by us, but still, just the program with Invest Atlanta is just a wonderful program for small businesses. And they just had some money set aside. And I think when the money runs out, then the program is going to go out. So my advice is to go ahead and get something scheduled. Scheduling is very easy. When Michael went to find a consultant, I think you click on their names and then this calendar comes up and it says choose a date and a time, and that's it. And you're there. So it's not complicated at all. And then you can set up an appointment with them and get it started.
Yep. That's right.
Mike, I appreciate you. Any more questions? And I understand it does take time. Somebody said that.
Oh.
But it's a time well, and once they understand, these consultants get a feel of who you are and what y'all about, it flows. And you will find, now I'm the one he talked about, I'm the dinosaur. I'm still writing stuff on a piece of paper and crossing it out on the line. So just to be able to have someone to walk you through of the things that you need. And if we need to recycle ACE, we'll recycle ACE, because they are out here presenting their wares, that this is what we do. And
ACE and a lot of those type lenders have received a lot of money within the last year from Bank of America, Wells Fargo. All of the big banks have given money to these other lenders. And it's, right now, Black businesses matter. So my whole thing is, while it's there, take advantage of it. If you know anybody else, they can take advantage of it also. If you know other businesses, you can invite them and tell them and talk about, and we can tell them about, what ACE is doing for small businesses and what Invest Atlanta, because John and I born and raised in Atlanta. Our parents had businesses on Donald Lee Hollowell dating all the way back to 1968. And I have never seen Invest Atlanta invest on Donald Lee Hollowell. And they are now investing on Donald Lee Hollowell. And I don't want to say it's because Microsoft is coming, but it might be. Or because the West Side Park is here, but it might be. Either way, they are investing. And we need to take advantage of it, because if we don't take advantage of it, then the money will be gone and we'll be in the same situation where we have an opportunity right now to get our names out there, to get our faces out there, to get our businesses out there, so that we'll have a chance to stay in place because it's a lot of gentrification coming. It's going to be a lot of new businesses coming, and we need to be established in our space, in our place, so that we can be here when all of the people come back, because we all know on Donnelly Hollowell, they closed down Bowen Homes, they closed down Bankhead Courts, they closed down Hollywood Courts, they closed down Overlook Atlanta, they closed down a lot of the housing. So when the housing left, the people left. When the people leave, then the businesses suffer. So now we're on the way back in to where the people are going to be coming back, because you see all of the, if you go up and down Donnelly Hollowell, you see all of the condos, homes, apartments, everything, affordable housing, everything is coming back to the corridor. And we just want the businesses to be ready to take advantage of everybody that's coming back and everybody that is still here. So I just want to encourage everyone to take advantage of these things. All right, Ms. Furlow?
Just one quick question, Ms. Mapp. Is there help or recommendations as it relates to franchises? Is that something that ATLINBusiness supports?
I haven't heard anything about franchises.
Okay.
Just your own, your own business. But again, if you talk to one of the consultants that might have information on franchising, that would be one of the questions you could go, to these different consultants and see if they can help you in any way, with franchising.
Okay. So Michael, have you helped anyone or had any conversations with anyone that's interested in franchising?
So through Invest Atlanta, we have not had that come up, but in our experience, we have helped other franchisees with not setting up with the franchise, but just in their course of business, working through marketing challenges and kind of business operations and kind of those typical business matters, whether you're a franchise or your own business, and even kind of helping them leverage the resources that the corporate level should be providing. But sometimes we found that some might need some guidance or help just to be able to utilize those resources at their fullest potential. In terms of Invest Atlanta and the ATLINBusiness, and where I think how they describe a good fit. And I was actually on an Instagram Live with Jeff Morris, who is part of Invest Atlanta, yesterday. And there was the question that was asked, if I'm a startup, if this is a new idea, is this the right program for me? And his answer was yes and no. Yes, it could be, if this is a kind of fleshed out idea and there's a plan, and you need to learn some of these business and marketing elements to really get going. But the no part may be if it's still idea phase, you're still kind of understanding the steps to even just get established, and maybe you're pre-license, with the City of Atlanta license. His remark was, you might not be ready for this program yet, and there might be another resource that's a better fit. That way, when you are ready, you're probably better able to fully leverage the potential through the ATLINBusiness program.
And I also want to mention the Grove Park Foundation. The Grove Park Foundation has a program they call the NOW program. And the NOW program really takes you from zero. So if you just have an idea, then they work with you to frame that idea and help you turn that into a business. Also, they help you with credit worthiness, and everything that you need to prepare for. They will help you with getting the business license, everything that you need to prepare for starting a business. And that would be at no cost also. You just have to sign up and talk with them. And I'm sure, they will give you, step by step and take you through it to get your business started.
Mhm.
And then from there, you can go to ATL in business and then, go further. So it's all here for us right now. And that is the Grove Park Foundation. And usually Tanase Watkins is on the call, but he is the representative for the NOW program. So if you look up Grove Park Foundation, and his name is Tanase Watkins.
And what we do is, if we don't have it, we go find it. If it's
Yeah.
about franchise, we will go to one of the partners and we have someone interested in that. With John, our advocate is if I reach out to somebody from GP, somebody to say, we got an idea, how can we get it past where it is? Part of what we do, yes, is to present, but we also advocacy and trying to find what it is. That's why I was asking those questions. Funding is there. Don't let one lack document, because all of them, like all of them, they have a way to package. You got to give some documentation in order to access the funds. But one thing about ACE that I know is what you're lacking, they help you get there.
Mhm.
So don't let what I don't have prevent you from getting into the process, because it's here, like Gail say, for small businesses. So your question, Ms. Furlow, about franchise, that can be a business. Someone could be bringing a franchise, a UPS store, and you are the owner of that UPS store. Welcome to the community, and we'll try to figure out and help you get there, and then find someone who can talk about it. That's one thing Gail does a good job of. We will comb what we have to get that information out to each and every one of you. Any other questions of Mike, of us? Again, take that survey that lets us know what it is we need to do. We heard the funding, and we know that gets the thing going. Business development, how to make my business better, stronger, tracking. I make a lot of money, but I lose a lot of money because I'm not tracking, bookkeeping. So all of these services are there. I wanted to be very attentive to your time. We say an hour, we mean an hour. Yeah.
I also wanted to say next month's meeting is, our meetings are always the fourth Thursday of the month. And so next month's meeting is going to be on the 22nd. And next month, we are going to be in conjunction with Invest Atlanta, just to be even broader. We're gonna meet in person. Hopefully it's gonna be at the YMCA at Woodson Academy in their meeting room. And if not, it may be at the fire station on Hollywood Road. So we're trying to find a place for the meeting. We will be sending you emails, as we always do, to let you know where it will be and what times and who will be our special guests. And we want to definitely thank Michael for coming with us tonight. And we want all of you, Michael put all of your information in the chat. We want all of you to get in touch with Michael and just talk with him about either tweaking your website or starting a new website, or, like I said, brushing up on a 20-year-old website. So thanks everyone for coming. And there is Michael's information.
And thank you so much for hosting me here. It was a pleasure to meet everyone. I always enjoy talking about this work, and online presence is, everyone's talking about this, is so crucial to be out there. And I think we learned this as well through the pandemic, to be more resilient. This is important stuff. So please feel free to reach out. Happy to have a chat.
Thank you. Thank you for your time, each and every one of you. Have a good one.
Thanks for the invitation.
Thank
All
you.
right, you're welcome.
Bye.
Thank you.
See you next month in person.
Yes.
All right, now.
Okay.
Good food, good eating.